When we're born, we are a blank canvas. We have no programming. And then we're brought up in the world. Every single belief that you have has been programmed. You can change a belief. Beliefs are not based on truth, on fact. There are people in the world that are mentally unstable enough to believe that this is a coffee table. We know it's not, but there are people that are mentally unstable enough that they could believe it. So that means your belief is subjective. So any belief that you have about yourself is actually subjective. It's not based on truth. It's based on how you were programmed through your life experiences. If I believe that I'm not good enough and I'm not worthy and I don't deserve things, it's because I have been programmed to believe that. It doesn't mean that you're incapable and other people are capable. It doesn't mean that you're unworthy and other people are worthy. It just means that that's how you were programmed throughout the experiences that you had. I mentioned a few times that we do live in the emotional dark ages. That means most, if not all, the people in your life have not known how to be there for you emotionally. And that's the case for most people. 90+% of the families in the entire world fall in the definition of dysfunctionality. So when I say we live in the emotional dark ages, I really, really mean it. We literally live in a time where humans don't understand how to emotionally be there for each other. And we are emotional beings. We are emotional beings that think. We are not thinking beings that feel emotions. Every single decision a human being makes is because of the way it will make them feel. Even if that's, I want my family to be safe. Because if my family is safe, that makes me feel calm and peace. If my family in danger, I feel fear. So every single decision and every single thing a human wants to do is because of the way that it makes them feel. But we've all been taught to ignore how we feel, to push it to one side. But we are emotional beings. We get brought up in environments where our emotions aren't validated. No one knows how to be there for us because all the people, our caregivers, went through the same thing. Their parents didn't know how to be there for them, and their parents didn't know, and their parents didn't know. It's about understanding that where I am right now is because of the experiences I've had. And sometimes, even though my caregivers love me, and they do love me, but sometimes they don't know how to love me in a healthy way. And because of that, that's how sometimes I end up where I am. Because they weren't loved in a healthy way. We all learn how to love based on the way we were loved. And I don't mean that in the entirety. I'm myself as one of them, where I saw like, no, being loved like that is completely not okay. I'm not going to do that to my son, and I don't do that to my son. But at the core of it, we all have our own version of love to a degree because of the experiences we've had. And this is why a lot of people talk about the generational passing down of conditioning, of, conditional trauma passed down. The reason the people around us are the way they are is because they don't know how to be there for us emotionally. And unfortunately, that won't allow them to see our pain, to see what we're actually going through. And this is where healing comes in. And this is where I need to put myself first. I need to prioritize myself. And sometimes that means taking myself out of a toxic, unhealthy environment. I did that. I took myself out of the environment of my family, and I didn't speak to my family for over a year. But that doesn't mean my family didn't love me, and they don't love me. But I had to put myself first. It is a very difficult conversation to have at times, and it's a difficult realization to have as well. But it's about, okay, how can I put myself first? How can I unlearn so many things that I went through, which caused me to have these beliefs about myself at the same time as learning all these other things as well.